Hi Irene, my name is Nico from Brown's Volkswagen, and I'm here to give you a tour of your new Mercedes E-Class E350 4MATIC. I'm just going to go over some of the features that this car has and some basic bells and whistles that you can find on it, and hopefully I can answer any questions that you have. If not, feel free to call me on the number that I'll give you after this video, and I'd be more than happy to answer any questions you have and set up an appointment so you can test drive this thing, okay? So first, we'll start with under the hood. And as you can see, it's very easy. Quick release is right there. Very easy grip. Can do it one-handed with the help of the hydraulics. And underneath you will find we have our 3.5 liter V6 engine from Mercedes-Benz. Beyond that, we have very clear indications of wiper fluid. We have our fluids up above here as well as here. Our battery is encased in the back. Other than that, very clean, very tidy. Moving on past the front of the car, we move to the driver's side. You'll see you have LED indicators for turn signals on your power folding rear view mirrors. Beyond that, you have keyless entry on this vehicle. So all you have to do is push the little button and you're in. As we enter in, you can see the very nice aluminum decals, Mercedes-Benz, greeting you into this gorgeous leather upholstered vehicle. On the side of the door here, we have some gorgeous accent lighting underneath the door handle as well as beneath that as well. Really adds to the luxurious feel of this car all the way around. This accent lighting is carried as well throughout the dashboard. You can see underneath the air vent there and underneath the passenger air vents there, as well as the foot lighting. You also have multi-controlled seat, automated seat functions here with a memory for up to 3 drivers and a separate lumbar control on the driver's side here. Beneath that, driver and passenger side both have this secret stowaway compartment. You can hide your belongings in there if need be, right underneath you. All 4 windows are power automated windows. You have your automated mirror buttons here, as well as mirror controls. Harman Kardon speakers all the way around, so the audio tuning is excellent. And now I will take you inside and we can get a little bit better look at what makes this car tick. So now that the vehicle is on, the first thing that you notice is how well lit the gauge cluster is. There's an LED panel in the middle of your speedometer there that tells you what gear you're in, your exact mileage, temperature, and various other information, pieces of information that you need to know while driving. On the left of that is your temperature and fuel gauge, as well as your brights indicator. And on the right of that is your RPM gauge, as well as your handbrake and seat belt warnings. Beyond that, on this side, we have your light controls and the parking brake release switch here. Underneath there, we have your speed cruise control here, as well as above here, you have your windshield wipers and your turn signals integrated into one stock for ease of use. Right behind the steering wheel, you'll see your paddle shifters for a manual mode to optimize driving experiences. You have steering wheel controls as well, navigation controls on your left, and cellular phone calls and various hands-free assistant controls right here on your right. Moving on to the infotainment center here, we have our navigation queued up, which is Mercedes-Benz custom animation for their vehicles. It's actually really sweet with the stars above the sky and very intuitive. Beyond that, you do have a backup camera included when I shift into reverse. It is adaptive and responsive, so as you turn the wheel, it will turn with it. Beneath that, we have an actual clock, which is very nice to see still in some vehicles. This is a trend that's died down over the years. I don't know why. I'm a fan of it, and it just adds a little touch of class to this, having a nice actual analog clock rather than a digital clock. Beneath that, we have our radio controls, our navigation controls, We have our dialer for our phone input, as well as a track selector right beneath the CD player input here. Beneath that, we have various things like our hazards, our eco mode button, our seat warmers. Beneath all that lies our climate control system. This is a dual climate control vehicle, as you'd come to expect from a luxury vehicle of this caliber. Your passenger and driver side both have separated climate controls, always a plus. Beneath that, you have your center console here, finished in this really beautiful tortoise-esque veneer that carries all the way around the vehicle as well. It just really classes up this light beige interior. It just accents it so incredibly well. Beneath that, you have your navigation controls here that affect your infotainment screen, so you can also navigate that screen via these controls. In the center here, you have your center console, which opens in a unique way. It doesn't open front or back. You actually lift, and it opens just like that, split right down the middle. Inside, you have two USB ports for power and media transferring, which is very nice to have, very handy. And then beyond that, you can close this actually with one hand there. So now I will take you through to the back seat and I'll give you a tour there. Alright, next up we have the rear of this vehicle, the back seat. The first thing that you notice is how massive this door is. That is an entering statement to tell you how much room really is in this vehicle. As we step inside, you can see the footwell lighting is the first thing that attracts your attention. It's very well lit, very hard pressed to lose something in these quarters. And beyond that, this gorgeous leather upholstery carries throughout the vehicle still, as well as our accent lighting that you can see underneath the door handle. It just really adds that extra look. That tortoise shell veneer look is continued through the back as well. And as we get in, I will show you how much leg room I have here. I'm a pretty average size fella, so leg room is no problem here. This front seat is pushed back pretty far, and I still am quite comfortable. Beyond that, you have dual vents back here for your passengers in the back. Great view of the sunroof as well. And moving on to the side here, one thing that has become really a standard with Mercedes-Benz vehicles is the optional shade, which is very handy. The shade really does help with your sunlight coming in the cabin, as well as deferring heat, more importantly, in the cabin. But this is our back seat, very spacious. In the center here, you do have a drop-down console, so your arms can rest there. And if you push here, just push up here, your console pushes up. You have a button here. This folds out, and there we go. You have cup holders. So the first thing that you'll notice back here are these striking LED lights. I mean, they're just absolutely gorgeous. They're functional as well. They have longevity built into them as they are LEDs. But boy, are they head turning. They really capture your attention and continue the luxurious feel across this vehicle, and this sharp, smart, modern design as well. Now underneath here, you'll find our well-lit license plate cover. To the right of that, we have our backup camera. That's where he lives. And right to the left of him, underneath our Mercedes-Benz emblem, we have the handle that opens the rear hatch. And as we do so, you will not be disappointed as you find that it is extremely spacious. Now, there's so much room back here. You can fit so much back here. It's very practical. You have these all-weather mats down here, down below, as well as cargo netting on each side for whatever small things you may need to fit in here. Beneath this all-weather mat, by the way, is actually two separate hatches. So you have this one, and you have another one back here. With those exposed are this vehicle's third row seating, which is also in this gorgeous beige leather upholstery. It just really does add the versatility to this vehicle, right? You can carry so much in here for a family Costco run, or you can carry the whole family in here. It's just that simple. Now up above this massive cargo space, if we take a look up here in this bright red light, you have your indicator for the automated gate to close. If we push that, you watch our back hatch close up automatically on its own, lock itself, and you're good to go. So these are just some of the features that make this car truly a luxury car, truly great, and truly something worthwhile here. I hope that this tour has answered some questions for you. If you have any other questions, feel free to call me. Again, my name is Nico. I'm at Brown's Volkswagen, and my phone number is 520-393-9597. Again, that's 520-393-9597. I hope to hear from you soon, and we can set up a test drive for you on this vehicle and answer any other questions that you may have.